This body was so badly decomposed that there were no facial features. She was nude, and she had 3 to 5 blows to the back of her head.
20 years later, all MILAM County Sheriff's investigators have are bones.
Backside here.
They are the only clues that hold the secret of a young girl's identity.
She's referred to in our offense report as Jane Doe.
She was found November 4th, 1986, along U.S. Highway 77. The body was lying in tall grass in a ditch. Investigators think she may have been dead for about 10 days.
You're holding a human being that was once living and breathing just like us, and surely didn't deserve what she got, here.
Jane Doe's identity is a 20-year mystery authorities have longed to solve. And now investigators have this, a face to possibly help find who she is.
It may not be accurate or completely, exactly what she looked like, but it's a start.
Investigator Greg Koba tells us when the remains were found, they were sent to Dallas for an autopsy and later buried in an unmarked grave. 14 years later, the department reopened the case. Back in 2000, we opened it up, looked at it to see if there was any other leads that we could follow up on, any new information that we could develop. At that time, it wasn't. Then last November, the skeletal remains were dug up, this time to see if investigators could get DNA from one of the bones. They were hoping the DNA would match a missing person in a nationwide database.
We all have to start somewhere.
Their latest hope, Sue Knight.
What I'm doing is following the bony structures of the face.
A forensic artist with the Williamson County District Attorney's Office in Georgetown.
There were a lot of things that really bothered me about her.
Knight used measurements from the skull, autopsy photos, and hair for the sketch.
I could tell because of the amount of decay and the lack of care that she had that, this was a girl that was in pain when she was alive.
Investigators think Jane Doe is between 12 to 16 years old and possibly Hispanic.
There was a small a ring, a very thin band ring that was found. There was also a hair mat that was there that had slipped down from the skull. And so we were able to tell a little bit about the texture and the length of her hair. She was very petite in her stature.
Reports by the medical examiner years after the body was found revealed that the girl had spina bifida and walked with a limp. For investigators, that was new evidence available through advanced technology.
You can actually change them.
Knight not only does sketches like this one for MILAM County, but also three-dimensional reconstructions out of clay.
You can back them out on the face.
And now, using a program at the DA's office, Knight can even pinpoint more details.
The cheeks, the jawline.
The shape of someone's head, jaw, their eyes, nose, lips, even the color of their hair.
The sketch isn't enough to convict somebody, but it's enough for me to give to you and have you hand it around and say, hey, wow, that looks like so-and-so.
That's what Knight hopes comes from the Jane Doe drawing, clues that might lead investigators to identifying her. The drawing has been posted in state and national missing person databases, even a similar system in Mexico. She's probably got a family out there somewhere, a brother or a sister or a mother or a father. And if nothing else, our goal is to reunite her with her family, if nothing else. If that can be done, Koba hopes it leads them to a suspect, to some closure, and the first steps to solving a 20-year mystery. Arzo Dos, Fox 7 News Edge.